This is on trail day 123. It is the November 2nd, I think. Yes, November the 2nd, 2020. I'm here at the High Top Hut. I stayed the night here last night. I slept up top on the bunk. And if you can't tell, it is windy. And it's also cold. That's what my water bottle looks like. I got my Canuck bag full of ice and my Propel. Now those weren't froze when I got up about 7:30, but they are now, so that means it got a little bit colder. But I'm almost packed up. I'm going to do a 20-mile day today. It might be dark before I get there, but I'm doing 20 miles a day. I'm going to take this puffy off and put on my rain gear, kind of block some of this wind, and get this day started. Well, we've dropped down in elevation a little bit, so it has warmed up. There's muddy spots on the trail instead of frozen spots. And the wind's kind of above our head. And the feeling came back to my fingers. It about went numb. And the worst part, when the feeling comes back, they hurt like you slammed them all in a door. Whew. You have to remember, you volunteer for this. There was 3 guys at the shelter, all going northbound, and one guy had let somebody do a pack shakedown because he had like a 40-pound pack, and they told him to send his rain gear home. He didn't need it. So he's out here today with just a pair of shorts, no pants. And he's hiked in the rain twice. So, words of wisdom. Don't let somebody who is not going to be uncomfortable because you don't have something tell you what you don't need. I mean, surely you don't need a bunch of duplicate stuff, but you need at least one of something, because you never know what the weather's going to do. And it's supposed to warm up after today, so my cold weather stuff I don't need most of the time, but when I do need it, I need it. So we've been about 1.5 miles, and I'm warming up. So we're going to stop here in this nice sunny spot that doesn't have a whole lot of wind, and delayer a few layers, and then hopefully with the backpacking heat I'll be good. But I don't want to start sweating, so I'll ditch these layers now. Decent little view here. And I'm not the only one that gets out of camp late some days. So I went to get a drink and pull my Gatorade bottle out. For whatever reason it flies out of my hand, pops the cap off, and the bottle goes way down there, upside down, so all my drink goes right out into the ground. And now I gotta go get the bottle. Sometimes you have to get on your hands and knees and crawl under stuff. all the blowdowns and limbs everywhere. I've been tripping on little limbs all day. I try to flick them with the trekking poles, but there's so many of them. So I got like 16 miles left. It's 11:45. I'm making good time, but it's definitely going to be dark. I checked the weather a little bit ago. It's supposed to be in the 30s with 30-mile-an-hour winds again. Which the 30s are a little warmer than yesterday. Or last night. So I don't have cell service at the moment. There's a shelter in 2.8 miles, but that's just too early in the day to stop. There's something down there. I don't know what. When I get service, I was going to try to go tomorrow night to the Stanimals hostel. But I'm going to call and see if they would pick me up at the campground. I can't remember the name of it. It's like 10 miles from here. I'm sure they'll charge a shuttle fee, but it's going to take a zero at the hostel. It's better to do it while it's cold and save a good warm day for hiking. Instead of hiking a cold, miserable day and then laying around being lazy while it's warm out. But I'm not sure if they'll pick up from there. Don't know if they have room. I'm pretty sure they do, but you just have to get cell service to find out. But if that doesn't work out, I will proceed as planned. I'll go in there tomorrow. I know once that big ball of fire in the sky goes down, though, with winds like that, it's going to get cold. And I'll probably have at least 5 miles to do after dark to make the 21 point whatever miles it was. We'll just see how the day plays out. Whew. So I got some cell service. I'm going to call Stanimals and they will pick me up at I forget the name of it. The wayside there by the campground and the camp store. But it's a $50 shuttle fee, which will mean $50 to get back. So I got 7 miles to go to get there. 14 miles to go to get to the shelter destination for the day. At the moment I'm not feeling $100 worth of shuttles, but we'll see how I'm feeling when I get there. biggest incentive for me is get out of the wind and cold tonight and tomorrow, and then start back when it's warm and enjoyable. We'll just see. And for right now, we'll just keep trucking southward. I can't help but find this humorous. This little trickle here is open for trout fishing. No trout under 9 inches may be kept. I'd like to see a trout bigger than 9 inches in that stream. I mean, maybe downstream somewhere, but it's not happening up here. Oh. We kind of got a break from the wind for the moment. I hear it roaring on the other side of the valley or the mountain or whatever. Without the wind, it's not that bad. Other than the sticks. It must have got so cold last night that even the mice couldn't handle it. Even climbing the hill, I mean, you're cold, but you're sweating. It's ridiculous. And these sticks, so I got about 5 miles to go to get to Lost Mountain campsite, campground, camp store. The more I keep thinking about the cold and the wind, I think I am going to go to the hostel. Maybe take tomorrow off, which is supposed to be warmer, but still kind of cold. And then either do a 00 and then slack pack the 20-something miles. I was going to do a 00 when I got there. So trail-wise, I'd end up in the same place. I wouldn't do any setbacks. I don't know. It just turned out to be a miserable day. I should have known when I dropped my water bottle and the cap busted off. It was just a sign of where the day was going. I know these blowdowns and stuff will still be here in a few days. The cold and wind won't. So there's a hiker at that viewpoint back there that lives here locally. Offered to give me a ride, but her car's parked 8.5 miles south of here. Stu's thinking about trying to thumb a ride off the Skyway. So I'm 4 miles from the Soft Mountain Camp Store. I'm going to go about 2 more miles, and if she doesn't catch up by then, I'll call the shuttle. It'd be cool to get a ride and save some money, but it's too cold to stand around and try to hope somebody will stop in this COVID-19 world. At least the winds died down some. It's kind of a cool view spot. Kind of a nice little cascade here. And 2 day hikers have told me good luck crossing. How bad can it be? Doesn't look that bad to me. So I'm about 2 miles from the Lost Mountain Camp Store. I just climbed the last hill. I called the Stanimal Hostel. They're going to send a driver out. Just too tired after not getting much sleep last night. I think I'm a little dehydrated too, since I lost half my water. I could have got some back there at the creek, but I'm so close to being done. I didn't want to mess with trying to filter it. My nose is running. It does that when I climb hills and it's cold. My watch says it's 46, but it's been bouncing between 30 something and 40 something. So, going to the Lost Mountain Camp Store and get a shuttle into Waynesboro. Probably take a 00. Rest up some, and then see about slack packing what I need to make up, and then continue south from there. I think we have a view coming up though, so I'll check that out when we get there. Here's our view spot. Not too bad. I thought they was going to walk right out in front of me, but they didn't. Well, we made it to the camp store. It's right there on the hill. It's 3:55, so we're right on time. We'll be back at this spot in a few days to continue south. Apparently there's a lock gate and the shuttle can't get through it, so there's a 1 mile road walk, and then we'll be done for the day. Just a great day. Yeah.